So here we are at the SOEC, Saturday afternoon. We have two games against Revelstoke. One today, one tomorrow at 9:15. We're going to try the mic again today. Now the problem is, if no one can hear me, Chris has to approve any comments. So we don't get those comments till Chris approves them, unfortunately, if you can't hear me. We're at the top of the stairs, just above the Penticton Junior Vees bench. Coach Chris had incorporated something at practice the other day. He wanted them to warm up like it was a game and practice the warm-up, so they've created a few warm-up drills to see how they work. So I'm just trying to see who has the letters on today. Looks like Austin Morris, number 14's got the C on. I am. Yeah. It's just 2 minutes, 21 seconds left in warm-ups here. Minute 50 left now. And they'll gather the pucks, have a word with the coaches. So the only player missing out of today's lineup is Wyatt Burdock. He's having fun down in Disneyland. Daniel and Dane are feeling better. They're back in the lineup today. Not feeling well last weekend. Dane's got a new twig. So we did play them in our tiering tournament in Kamloops. Junior Vees pulled out a win. 5-1. That was the first game in the tiering tournament in Kamloops a couple weekends ago. Boys looked really well. There's great passes. Good hustle. I think the key to the game is we just got to play 60 minutes here. We've had a commanding lead a couple times going into the second intermission and had to claw back late in the game. A few unanswered goals by the opposition. I think a couple of keys to the game will also be to watch Revelstoke's number 4. He seems to be their leading scorer. He also looks like he's got a little edge on him. I noticed the game summary sheet from the two games they played against Spokane last weekend, and he had a penalty when game got out of hand as well. There was a Spokane player that did get a game misconduct, I believe, unsportsmanlike conduct. So it looks like Chris did post the lineup before the game, so thanks to Chris Paget for doing that. We are going to run 5D, so that might mix me up a little. This will be a couple crucial games in the standings. It is early in the season, but I think Revelstoke's 1-1. I do remember that number 20 is a big kid. So they got 20 minutes on the clock. Sam Kenyon's going to take center here. Carter Trebek and Asher DeVries up front. James Smith and Easton Morgan Kerr will be on D. And lines is ready, and here we go. Junior Vees get the draw back to Easton Morgan Kerr, and he's going to put it up the right side to Carter Trebek. Sam Kenyon's going to go in the corner and dig for that. He's got it. He tries to center to Asher DeVries. Takes a shot and scores. He got it off the rebound and puts that in the back of the net. 15 seconds in the game. They got a 1-0 lead. That's Asher's fourth of the season, sorry. He did have a hat trick last weekend. Pretty early in the shift, so Sam Kenyon will take center again. They'll stay with this line. They do get possession, but Revelstoke steals that and they gain the line. Carter Trebek's going to put this off the wall. Right to Sam Kenyon. Sam Kenyon tried to put out. That goes off his shin pad. Back in the zone. Carter Trebek's going to go after it in the corner. He's just going to feed it up to Sam Kenyon on the right side boards. And he'll get out of the zone. Nice pass up to DeVries. He'll gain the line. See if he can get around this guy. He's cutting to the middle. Takes a shot. Nice save by the goalie. Sam Kenyon takes a backhand. The goalie will cover that up. Minute 15 into the game. So they'll roll the line. Chase Bomford's going to come out center. He'll have Austin Morris on the left side, Mateo Thomas on the right side, and Braxton and Dane on D. They drop the puck. It goes right back to the goalie. He'll just steer it off in behind the net. They'll try and put it up the left side boards. Braxton will hold the line. Puts it in the half wall to Mateo. He just chips it forward, gets it in the corner. Revelstoke gets that, and they put it up the half wall, and they'll try and exit the zone. They do get out, but Braxton's right there. He's going to shovel this forward, and Austin Morris is going to break up. Just out of his reach, but good second effort by him. He gains the line. He's got Mateo in center. He walks around one guy, comes in, takes a shot. Nice save by the goalie. Dane steps up, flips that in. Mateo's going to go after this. It's hard on the stick. He's working in the corner. Morris is in there for support. He falls, and Revelstoke's going to try up the left side boards. They do get it out of the zone. Braxton's right there. Put it over to Dane, and he's just going to put it over to Austin Morris on the left side. He's going to gain center. He tries to pass it over to Chase Bomford, but Revelstoke breaks that play up, and they just put it up the wall. Junior Vees are on a line change, but James Smith is in time there. Bryce is going to steer that off to the side. Zach Oboyostin's got it in behind his net. He's going to play it up the boards. Does go off the Revelstoke player, and he's going to try up the right side boards. Pitches up to Mateo. Just hopped over a stick, though, but Mateo's got it. Over to Morris. He tried to feed Mateo, but the pass is just in behind him. Now Chase Bomford's going to step up, go around this guy. Good job by Mateo to hold the line. Chase takes a shot, scores! That kind of went off took a deflection, and maybe the goalie just couldn't get there in time, went low glove side. Right along the ice. 16:45 left in the first period. Junior Vees will go up 2-0. Goals by DeVries and Bomford. So Will Padgett's going to line up for center. Now Daniel Cozier on the right side, Jacob Palzer on the left side, and Zach Obiostin and James Smith on D. It's back to Smith. He's on the left side D. Just tries to put it forward. That hits a Revelstoke player. It goes in front of the net, but diving play clears that away. He's from his knees, and Revelstoke's got it. That's number 4. Good stick there to take that away from him. That was Jacob Palzer. Feeds it up to a Palzer, but just a little hot to handle for him. He tries to get it over to Daniel, but he loses an edge. Now Will Pagis is going to play this off the wall and try to go around his man on the left side boards. Palzer's in there with him. And they've got it pinned against the boards on the half wall. Puck's frozen there. Bayless and Morgan Kerr are going to come on defense now. And they feed it back to Morgan Kerr. He's open. He's going to walk in. And he walks around one guy. Nice pass to Paget. He'll backhand this. Goes over the net. Palzer's in behind the net. Paget's in there for support. They're digging for it. Goes on the half wall. Palzer's going to go after it, but Revelstoke picks it up and they'll exit out of their zone. They try and get it by Dane Bayless and just get it by him. He's up the right side boards. It is a 2-on-1. Nice save by Bryson. He'll stop that. Covers it up. So 15 minutes left in the first period here. It is 2-0. Your Junior Vees are up. Goals by DeVries and Bomford. So Sam Kenyon, Carter Trebek, and Asher DeVries out there again. And Revelstoke gets it. They put it back to the left side point. And they put it in low. Morgan Kerr's got this. He's just going to tie his man up and feed it over the other side to Bayless. Bayless is going to go in the corner and work for this. He pitches it forward to DeVries. DeVries, nice pass. Oh, it just hopped over the stick of Sam Kenyon. Carter Trebek feeds it up to DeVries. Going to see if he can turn with this. He's 1-on-1. Goes around his man. And takes a shot and scores! That's 2 on the day for DeVries. Junior Vees are up 3-0, 14 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first period. So that'll bring on Bomford, Tumbas, and Morris. And Braxton and Smith on D. Just under 14 minutes left in the first period. Chase Bomford just tried to put that ahead. Revelstoke just puts it in the Junior Vees zone, though. James Smith pops it up to Morris. He turns around. He gets it in the zone. He's going to break up the left side boards. Mateo's going to the net. Austin tried to feed it to center, but that couldn't get through. It's back to the point. James Smith has got this. He tried to pass over to Braxton, but that got in the Revelstoke player's skates, and he's going to exit the zone. He turns around. Austin Morris is going to intercept that. And he's pinched on the wall. Revelstoke steps up. They've got to watch the man in front. Good stick there to put that off on the side. Mateo's got it on the right side boards, and he's going to put that up to Morris, see if he can catch it. And this should go for icing. So it looks like Mateo's wearing one assistant captain A as well. And Will Pagis got the other one on, so Pagis lines up for the draw. He gets it over to Daniel. Just hopped over a stick. Morgan Kerr's got it now. He's going to take a skate. He exits the zone. It's at center. They turn and fire, but Morgan Kerr's has a good stick there. He blocks that, puts it up forward. That goes back in the zone. Obias is going to cut his man off and take him to the corner. Pagis in there for support. He just puts it off the half wall. It goes back to the right side point. And great job by Jacob Palzer. Swat that away. That's put in the corner. And Morgan Kerr's going to go after it. Puck freezes on him. He just puts it up the right side boards, just out of the reach of a Palzer. Morgan Kerr's got it again. Revelstoke puts it ahead to number 5. And now Morgan Kerr's got it. He's going to skate up the right side boards, try and get out of the zone. And good job by Will Pagis coming in there to support. He's just going to backhand that out of the zone. It's now in the Revelstoke zone. They feed it up to center on the left side. Dane stepped up. He's working hard for it. Right in front of the Revelstoke bench. And now that's back in the Junior V zone. Zach Obiason's going to go back after this. Revelstoke does pick it up, but Dane Bayless takes that off his stick. Will Pagis is going to bump his man and try and get that out of the zone. They get back in the zone. And now Jacob Palzer's just going to get this up the right side boards. Now Zach Obiason's going to step up. That just hopped over his stick, and he's got to go deep in his zone. He's going to put it around the other side to Dane Bayless. It's on the right half wall now. Dane's in the corner. Tried to lift a stick, but just missed, and they feed it back to the point. And they take a shot. That's blocked. And that's cleared away. Now DeVries has got it. He's going to turn and head the other way with this. He's going up the left side boards. And takes a shot. Good save by the goalie. It's nice and square to the puck, and he'll cover that up with 10:45 left in the first period. Junior Vees are up 3-0. Sam Kenyon, Carter Trebek, Asher DeVries up front. James Smith and Dane Bayless be on D. And they tried to get us over to the right side to just either reach Carter Trebek. He's on the half wall. Tries to center it. He's got it just over a stick again, and Revelstoke will just put this down the ice, relieve some pressure. This should go for icing with just over 10 minutes left in the first period. So let's stay with this line. Kenyon, DeVries, and Trebek. James and Braxton on D. Wild swing by Sam off the face-off. Misses. Revelstoke's got this, and they'll try and gain the line. That went off Smith's shin pad, but Revelstoke does get it deep. Now Carter Trebek's going to wind up the right side. He goes right by his man like he's standing still. He goes by another man. He's got DeVries with him. Carter Trebek takes a shot. That just goes through the crease. DeVries got it on the half wall now, but Revelstoke's got it. DeVries lifts the stick. He's tripped up. There's no arms in the air. And that just gets out of the zone. Braxton's got it. Carter Trebek fed it up to Bomford. Back to Trebek. That just hopped over a stick, and the Revelstoke will come in just offside with 9 minutes left in the first period. Junior Vees are up 3-0. Chase Bomford, Mateo Tumbas, Austin Morris up front. Chase Bomford does get the draw. Mateo's working hard for it in front of the Vees bench, but Revelstoke's got it. They gain the line. That goes off Morris's skate, and Bomford's going to turn the other way. He's going to gain the line and cut to the left side. He's going to take a shot. That hits the goalie, and he'll cover it up. Take no chances. Just over 8 left to play in the first period. So Chase Bomford will line up for the draw again. Zach Obi, Austin, and Easton Morgan Kerr are out there on D. Morris has got this. He tried to just rush forward. Mateo's going to work hard for it. He's turning around, takes a just missed. Revelstoke picks it up, and they'll exit their zone. Chase Bomford's on his man. Good job by Zach Obi Austin to break that play up. And Revelstoke's got it, and they'll just put it deep in the Penticton Vees zone. They'll have to clear, so they'll have some time. Morgan Kerr's got it, and he just puts it up the wall to Mateo. Just hop over a stick. They backhand it. Zach Obi Austin's got it. He's just going to try and backhand this out of the zone. It's in skates. Now Revelstoke's got it. And good job by Easton Morgan Kerr to swat that away. He's working in behind his net. Zach Obi Austin's got it now. He's going to try the right side boards. And he's got it again. He's going to put it up the wall to Mateo. That just eludes his stick, and Revelstoke's got it. They got 3 men. They got 3 players pretty close in. And they take a shot, and somehow I think that went off of Bryson in the back of the net. So Revelstoke will get on the board here with 6:58 left in the first period. So Junior Vees are still up 3-1. I see Will Padgett's already ready at center. Jacob Halser, Daniel Cozy are up there. And Padgett's digging for it, but Revelstoke can get this off the draw. And they'll gain the line. They're in the left side boards. Padgett introduces himself. Braxton puts it around the net, just in behind Smith. And now Revels just in behind the Revelstoke player on the half wall. Daniel tried to put that ahead and go off to the races, but that Revelstoke stopped in there. That's back in the corner. Braxton's going to backhand it up to Jake. Will tried to flip it up. He does go off a player, and he gets it right back. He's going to try and go around his man, and he's tripped up. And I don't see arm in the air. They're going to give him a penalty shot here because they said he was clear in. So here we go. Will Padgett. He's at center. He's going to come in with some speed. And he goes. Blocker side. Nice shot on the goalie. Lets one rip. They'll regain a 3-goal lead with just over 5 minutes left in the first period. Good job by Will Padgett there. Good hustle by him to draw that penalty shot, and he makes no mistake and puts that one by the goalie. So Sam Kenyon, Carter Trebek, Asher DeVries will be up front now. Zach Obi, Austin, and Dane on D. And Revelstoke can just get this down in low. It's in behind Bryce. Dane will go back for it. He's just going to backhand this in back to Zach Obi, Austin. He tried to pass back to him, and that got broken up by the Revelstoke player, and Asher DeVries was looking for Trebek just ahead of him, though. Now Sam Kenyon kicks this ahead to himself. DeVries picks it up and just couldn't corral it. Now Revelstoke's going to break in. He falls. Dane's in the corner. He's taking a look. He's going to play it off the boards, go on his forehand. Now he's going to backhand it over to the other side to Carter Trebek. And Trebek's going to go up the right side. He goes by a couple of players. He's still got it. He's going to try and center it. And they do. They're digging for it. Sam Kenyon puts that in the back of the net. That'll be 5-1 for your junior Vees with just under 4 minutes to play in the first period. Let's bring on Chase, Austin, and Mateo. Easton and James will be on D. And Chase got that draw ahead. Morris tried to go off to the races, but that was stopped by the Revelstoke, and they put it back in the junior V zone. Now they're in. They touch the puck, and this will be offside. Just over 3 minutes to play in the first period. So Chase Bomford will line up for the draw just outside the junior V zone. And the V's got that ahead. Revelstoke will just put it back in their zone. Smith kind of fanned on it. And now Revelstoke's got a man right in front. Somebody's got to watch him. Chase Bomford comes back. He'll break that play up. They're up the boards to Mateo. He's just going to put it off the wall and get this out of the zone. Good play by him. Morris tried to intercept that, but a little too hot to handle. And Revelstoke will re-enter offside again with just over 2.5 left to play in the first period. Junior V's are up 5-1. Going to stay with this line up front. Chase Bomford try and get that. Revelstoke gets it off the draw, though. It's back to that big number 20, and he'll just put it deep in the junior V zone. Smith's got this. He'll put it off the wall, but Revelstoke intercepts that, and he tried to put it off the wall again, and they get it again. Morgan Kerr's going to go in behind his net. Mateo's going to go in the corner, lift his stick. Good job by him. And he's going to try and chip that forward. Goes right to number 4 on Revelstoke. They put it back to the point. That big number 20 is going to walk the line. That just goes over Morris's stick. Smith's in the corner. He's got this. And he's just going to try and get it off the wall. And Chase Bomford's going to try and get that over to the other side to Mateo. Mateo's going to exit the zone. And that just gets knocked off his stick, but Morgan Kerr's there in support. And he's just going to skate this in himself. Somebody should recognize that and stay back on D. And they put it back. Chase Bomford's got it in his skates. He doesn't really know where it is, and they'll just try and get it out of the zone. And Will takes a bad hop, and there's number 7 on Revelstoke's wide open. He's going to come in on Bryce, and just misses. Bryce had the pad down. Up the half wall to Mateo. And try to pass it to Morris. Bomford's there. He stepped up, but couldn't get that. Bryce is just going to steer this off in the left corner. Dane Bayless is going to go after this. He falls. Revelstoke's got it. They try and center it. That just misses. Dane's going to get worked over by his man a little bit. Bomford gets it up to Morris. Morris is going to turn with this. He set up the left side boards and try to pass up to Bomford. But Revelstoke broke that up. Now they turn the other way. And Dane Bayless is going to go back in the corner. It's in behind him. And puts it up the half wall. He's going to skate after himself. And that's stolen by number 14 on the Revelstoke. They take a backhand that goes well wide. Chase Bomford's going to try and slap this off the boards. Misses. Tries to clear it, but they hold the line. Chase Bomford's going to fire this off on the half wall. They turn and try and fire it. And that'll sound the horn for the end of the first period. Junior Vees are up 5-1. And we'll have a 2-minute intermission here. So it was very nice of Sherry Morgan. She I had a conversation with her, asked her if she brought her camera out yet, and she said no, but I will today. And she's going to use that eye, take some good action shots of the boys here. And I've been posting on the page when it is game day, and my thought was that maybe we can use some live shots of the boys from now on the page when we do have game days, rather than just a bare sheet of ice with a net. So they'll put 20 minutes on the clock for second period. Looks like Will Padgett's going to center Jake and Daniel. And here we go for the second period. And Will's still digging in the circle, but Revelstoke gets this off the draw, and they'll just put it by Smith down in low. Smith's got this. He's taking a look. And it goes into center. Revelstoke will just try and push that forward. James Smith's going to skate after that. He's going to go in behind his own net. Stop and take a look. Puts it up the wall to Jake, but Revelstoke's right on him. They turn, but it's on the half wall. Jake's digging for that. Well, they're going to walk in. That's blocked. And feed it back to the point. And he's going to take a high wrist shot, and that'll go well wide. Braxton's going to go in the corner. James Smith has a good stick, and he'll skate it behind his own net. Feeds it up the wall. Daniel's got it. He tries to exit the zone, and they do get it out. Will's looking for it. James has got it deep in his own zone. He turns, and he's going to look up ice, see if he thought he was maybe going to go with that himself. Jake steals that, but just gets a little too far ahead of him. Now Revelstoke's got it. They got a 3-on-2 if they can turn with this. And Braxton's going to get this, and he's just going to fire this off the wall. Revelstoke breaks that play up, though. It's back in the corner. Braxton works for it. He's got his feet taken out from underneath him. They hold the line, and he's going to take a shot. That's deflected, and Daniel's got it. He's going to skate out with this. He's got Jacob Palzer up there with him. He's just going to wheel around his man. He's got Will Padgett calling for it. Will Padgett, nice shot, great save by the goalie. And Revelstoke will turn the other way with this. They feed it up the wall. They got a Man open on the left side. He gets around his man. Bryce makes the stop. Will Padgett's going to push this ahead. We got 3 Vees up deep. Just gets off his stick. DeVries tried to get that. Now, Revelstoke will turn the other way. Good job by Zach Obios to break that play up. He tried to get it up to Sam Kenyon, just out of his reach. DeVries is in behind everybody. And Revelstoke will just relieve some pressure. They'll ice the puck with 17.5 left in the second period. Junior Vees are up to still 5-1. Faceoff will be just to the Revelstoke goalie's right. It'll be Kenyon, DeVries, and Trebek up front. Bayless and Obi Austin on D. And he gets it over to Carter Trebek. He turns and fires. Goalie's looking behind him, but he's got it underneath him. Good save by him. And they'll drop the puck again. So Sam Kenyon will line up again. He tried the same play, get it over to DeVries, but Revelstoke gets that, and they'll put it up the wall and get it out of the zone. That's number 4 for Revelstoke, and he'll just put this down in low. Bayless is on him. Number 4 stops to lose his man. He tries to center it. Number 9's got it. He turns and fires. That's blocked. It's off on the half wall. Sam Kenyon's after it. And he's just going to try to put this man and go. He's got Trebek wide open in the middle. He tried to get it over to him, but couldn't. Now DeVries has got it. He's got Carter Trebek wide open, but good job by Revelstoke. Good stick by him, and they'll break that play up. Dane Bayless will hold the line. DeVries has got it. He walks in, takes a shot, and just missed. Now Obi Austin's got it on the right side. Tried to put that in Kenyon. That goes off his stick, almost to DeVries, and good job by Dane Bayless to keep it in the zone. DeVries is going to try and walk in, but that's just knocked off his stick. Now Trebek tried to put it back in low to DeVries, but that's broken up by Revelstoke, and they'll just ice the puck. So they'll bring that back in the Revelstoke zone. 15:38 left in the second period. Junior Vees are still up 5-1. Chase Bomford's going to take center. So that should bring on Mateo and Austin. And Bomford gets this over to Morris. He's going to try and split the middle, but there's 3 black jerseys there. Pretty hard to do. Revelstoke's got this. They'll race up the right side. Gets around Smith. He fell, but Morris is there in support. He's going to keep him in the corner. Now Morris is going to skate out with this. He's got Mateo on the right side. And try to pass to him, but that's broken up by Revelstoke. I think you need a little more wood on that. Mateo's going to turn around and head the other way. Passes up to Morris. They're good. Morris is going to come in on the left side. And he tried a backhand. That's blocked. And he's just going to try and center it again. It's on the half wall. And nice pass out to Chase Bomford just out of his reach. Bomford's going to turn and fire this back in the corner. Morris is going to go after it. And he's trying to get this in around his man. He's going to steal that. Takes a shot and scores! He took a sharp angle shot, put it on the net. You never know. And he'll put his team up 6-1. 14:05 left in the second period. So Will Patch is going to line up the draw. They'll have Jake and Daniel up there. Everyone's at center, but Revelstoke comes up with it off the draw. And they'll gain the line. Good stick there by Dane to get that out of the zone. Jake tried to feed that up to Will. Will tries to get by his man, but can't get there. Now number 12 for Revelstoke got it, and they put it back. Try to put it in the zone. Good stick by Morgan Kerr. Now Will's going to put his head down. Chase after this. He'll take a shot. Good save by the goalie. Revelstoke's got it. They're looking up ice. They'll skate out of their zone. And just by everybody, and Bryce will cover that up with 13 left in the second period. Junior Vees are up 6-1. Be about 12.5 by the time they drop the puck. Sam Kenyon, Carter Trebek, Asher DeVries will be up front. James Smith and Zach Obiasin on D. And Kenyon's got this off the draw, and he'll just skate ahead. Nice pass up the wing to DeVries. He's going to head to the net. He'll take a slapper. That just misses. Trebek's going to go in the corner and go after this one. They put it up the left side board. Zach Obiasin's going to hold the line. Carter Trebek can just feed this off the wall. DeVries on his off wing. He just backhands this over the other side. Kenyon's going to go after it. James Smith takes a wrist shot. That doesn't get through. DeVries has got it, though. And he's going to walk in. Nice pass to Carter Trebek. He just couldn't get it. Smith's going to step up and take a shot. DeVries backhands this. This is underneath the goalie. Trebek's still digging for it well after the whistle. Just under 12 left in the second period. So Ronaldsup, Chase, Mateo, and Austin. James and Braxton will be on D. Face off with GSP to the Revelstoke goalie's left. And they tried to just get this ahead, but Revelstoke gets it off the draw. They just hops over James Smith's stick, and now Revelstoke gains the line. He's up the right side boards. Morris is on his off wing, coming back for that. Mateo's got it. Nice pass up to Austin. He's waiting for help. He's going to gain the line. Go around his man. Cut back towards center. Takes a shot and scores! He puts that up over the blocker side of the goalie, and Junior Vees will pad their lead with just over 10 to play in the second period. So they're going to switch goalies. Revelstoke does have two goalies, so halfway through the second period, they'll switch them up. And the Vees get this back to Morgan Curry, puts it off the wall to Paget. Paget will just use the wall nicely. It's in his skates, though. Morgan Curry steps up. He's going to walk in, take a wrist shot. That hits their number 20. Now Dane's got it. He just fires this up the wall. Daniel's going to try and gain the line, and does. It's in skates, but Revelstoke gets this. They get just by Dane, and they're up the right side. That's their number 4. He puts it in low. Morgan Kerr's got it in behind his own net. Nice pass up the wall. Just out of the reach of Jake. Now Daniel's got it. He's going to wheel. He's going to exit the zone. He's going to try and feed Will. Good job by the Vees to hold the line there. Will's dancing everywhere. Dane's going to step up. He's going to take a shot. Nice save by the goalie. Will's in behind the net. He's going to try and get that over to Jake, but Revelstoke will break that up. It's back in the corner. Will try to put it back to Dane, but Revelstoke intercepts that. Will's on the side wall. Now Daniel's got it. He turns and makes a move. And the goalie's got this. Will's almost in the net himself. He'll score any way he can. That'll bring on Kenyon, DeVries, and Trebek. Smith and Obi Austin. Just over 9 minutes to play in the second period. Junior Vees are up 7-1. And Kenyon gets this over to Trebek. He feeds it back to Obi Austin. He takes a shot. Goalie will steer that off to the corner. Revelstoke's got it on the half wall. Kenyon steps up. That's taken off his stick, and now they're going to turn the other way. They'll gain the line. Good job by Zach Obiasin to come back, but he leaves his man wide open alone in the slot. They tried to feed it to him, but that's broken up. And now DeVries has got it. He's looking right wing side for Carter Trebek. He's going to gain the line. And he takes a nice pass to DeVries, and the goalie makes a great stop to keep that out of the net with 8.5 left in the second period. We'll stay with this line out there. Looks like Kenya just tried to fire that on the net right off the draw, but Revelstoke's got it. They put it up the wall. DeVries intercepts that. He feeds it back to James Smith. He'll take a shot just wide of the net. Carter Trebek's going to go on the right side. He'll put it in behind the net over to the other side. Kenya's going to chase that down on the half wall. And he lifts a stick. He gets that back to Smith. DeVries maybe tried to tip that, but he knocks that off in the corner. They're going to try and slap it out of the zone. Obi Austin holds the line. He takes a wrist shot. That goes right to Kenyon. He takes a shot, and that just missed. I think Revelstoke got a stick on it. That just went wide. Now, Obi Austin tried to hold the line there, but they get it by him, and that'll go all the way down the ice. They're saying they got tipped, so no icing on the play. And he tries to wrap around. It's there, and goes right to a Revelstoke open player. Number 9 for Revelstoke will put that in the back of the net. Make this a 7-2 game with 7 minutes 40 seconds left in the second period. So, Chase Bomford, Mateo Thomas, and Austin Morris will start up front. Braxton and Dane on D. And Mateo's got this. He's going to try and split the middle. Austin Morris is there for support. Now he's going to go in the corner. Mateo's going to go work for that. Good stick by him. He tries to center it. That goes to Bomford. He steals that, but Revelstoke's good on the stick, and they'll break out of their zone. They'll gain center. Tries to go around Braxton. Just puts it deep in the junior V zone. Bryce is going to steer this off for Dane. But Revelstoke's got it. It's in behind the net. Braxton's working for it. Chase Bomford's just going to try and put it up the wall. Just out of the reach of Mateo. And they put it back down in low. Braxton's got this. And he's going to feed it up to Morris. And that was in his skates. And Revelstoke's got this, and they'll just put it deep in the zone. Braxton's going to go in behind his net. He takes a funny hop, goes right back out in front. Bryce makes a great stop there. That's going to go up the. That's going to go on the half wall. Morris is going to turn with this. He's going to try and get it out. And it does get out of the zone, but they'll put it right back in. Braxton's got it. He's going to turn around with this. And feeds it up to Morris. Morris is just going to reverse this and put this back over to Mateo on the right side wall. And Mateo's got this. He's going to chip this forward. Chase Bomford's going to use that speed. He's going to go after this one. And they backhand it. Good job by Braxton. Step up there, but bad hop. James Smith is back for support, and he steals that right off his stick, and he'll skate in behind his own net. Tries to put this up the wall to Morris. And that takes a funny hop off a couple sticks. Bomford's got this, and he's just going to clear this. Mateo's got it, feeds it up to Austin just over his stick. And they just slap it out of the zone. And they're going to have a line change now. Paget and Apolzer come on the ice. Morgan Kerr's hopping on the ice. Smith tries to get inside the zone. Paget's going to try and go off to the races. Now DeVries got it. He's going to gain the line. He makes a move, and he gets around a second man and tries to go, and he does get it behind the goalie. Rebound went right to him, and he's just going to put that 5-hole in the back of the net. And that'll be an 8-2 lead for your junior Vees. 5.5 left in the second period. So it looks like Ashton DeVries on the right wing, Jacob Polzer's on the left wing, and Will Paget's going to center this line. DeVries takes a funny hop, and it goes right to DeVries. He's going to walk in, take a shot, and he'll bury that glove side. And I'm not throwing my Islanders hat on the ice. There's no chance of that. So maybe Bill can throw his Vees hat on the ice. So Trebek's got this. He puts it off of the wall, and he's just going to push it ahead. They got a 3-on-1. He's going to walk in, take a shot. Goalie's square to that and cover it up. Just over 5 minutes left in the second period. Good job by Carter Trebek to break it on the right side. Got a good shot off, but the goalie was equal to the task and makes the stop. So Kenyon DeVries and Trebek up front. Obi Austin and Morgan Kerr on D. That just misses the net. DeVries has got it. He tried to backhand it in front, but that's blocked. And so Obi Austin stepped up. DeVries is going to turn with this. And he tried to get over to Kenyon, but good stick by Revelstoke to break that play up. He tried to center it, and they got it. They just cleared it off on the left side boards. Obi Austin's going to try and keep this in, and does. Good job by him to hold the line. It's deep in the zone. DeVries, it's just off DeVries' stick. Now Revelstoke's got it. They do get around Sam Kenyon, and up the right side boards. And he gains the line. Morgan Kerr's keeping him to the outside. Good stick by him. It's on the wall. And they'll just try and put it deep in the zone. Zach Obi Austin's going to go after his man in the corner. Kenyon's in there for support. They try and center it. Good stick there by Morgan Kerr. And he'll break that play up. They do keep it in. And now this number 4 is in. But great job by Sam Kenyon to come back, and maybe just his presence didn't let him get a clean shot off. Now Kenyon's going to break out of the zone. He's making all kinds of moves. He's going to gain the line. He stops, turns, fires over to Trebek. Trebek doesn't know where he is. He pushes his man over. And there's going to be a penalty to Trebek, I believe. Now Trebek's on the ice. And Dane Bayless is going to touch this, and they'll blow the whistle. 3 minutes and 37 seconds left, and we'll have our first penalty of the game. He was just introducing himself, gave him a little cross-check there. So Carter Trebek's got his number up on the scoreboard. Not the way he wants to do it. He's sitting in the box for 2 minutes. And Vees get this. Morris is just going to turn up ice. He's going to gain center. And he tried to cut towards center. He loses it. And Revelstoke gets it by everybody, but James Smith is back there in support. And he's just going to fire this down ice. Great job by him. Revelstoke's got it in their own zone. He's going to cut towards center. And Chase Bomford's going to just get this low, and Morris will go pressure. Revelstoke's got it in behind their own net. And he fans on it. Does get it up the right side boards. And they just put it all the way down the ice. And this should go for icing. And no icing on the play. Braxton falls, loses the puck. Revelstoke picks it up. They try and walk out. Good job by Smith. And they take a backhander. That's in the crease, and they'll clear that away. Mateo's got this. And he tried to pass up to Morris, but good job by Mateo. Second effort by him. Morris tried to pick that up and go. Now they're bunched up. They're offside. They got to clear the zone. So Braxton had time to get that out of the zone. Morris is pressuring. They get it back in the zone. They feed it over to Mateo. He'll just backhand this out of the zone. Morris tried to pick that up and steal it. He should just go off for a change now. And does. And James Smith is just going to wire this out of the zone. Will Padgett's on the ice. He's got some speed. He tried to steal that. He falls. Revelstoke's going to gain the zone on the left side. They're well on the outside. And they take a shot, and he wires one just by Bryce to cut that lead down to 6. Minute 53 left in the second period. Carter Trebek will step out of the box. So Paget will line up for the draw. Jake and Daniel will be on his wings. And Zach and Easton will be on D. There's under 2 minutes left in the second period. Morgan Kerr puts this off the wall. Daniel tried to get around his man. Then Will tried to break free, but he couldn't get there. They pass this over to the right side to Jake, and he'll just get this in the zone. Will steals that. He's on the right side boards, and he tried to center it, but well ahead of Daniel. Daniel's got on the left side boards. He's got 2 men on him. Under 2 minutes. Clock stopped at 1:53. They're still working hard. They got it frozen in the corner. Just gets in behind the Revelstoke net. Jake's going to work for this. The clock is still stopped. They're breaking up the left side boards. They go by Obi Austin. And he's looking to center that. Great job by Morgan Kerr to break that play up. And now Zach Obi Austin tries to turn the other way. He's down on the ice, but good job by him to stay with it. Now Will's going to break out of the zone. He's got Jake on the right side. He just tries to get it deep in the zone. He's down on the ice. He's got his glove off. He's holding his hand, it looks like. Minute 23. Minute 21, and they'll stop the clock. Chris will step on the ice and check on Will and just hope he's all right. Junior Vees are up 9-3. We do have another game versus Revelstoke tomorrow. That'll be at Memorial. 9:15 start. We'll go live for that. Will's up. I think it's going to take more than that to keep him off the ice. He's taking a walk down the tunnel, maybe just shaking it off. So face-off will be out just outside the Revelstoke blue line. Kenyon, Trebek, and DeVries up front. DeVries tried to make a move there, but that was blocked by a Revelstoke skate, and they'll gain the line. They feed it up center, and he tries to go through, but Bryce stops that. He tries to hop on it, but they steal it. Smith tried to pass up to Trebek. DeVries has got it. He gains the line. He's going to head towards the right side and backhands that just over the net. It's on the half wall now. Kenyon's got it. They'll blow the horn for the end of the second period. Junior Vees are up 9-3. Free's got a hat trick today, so that's 2 hat tricks in a row. So maybe somebody's got a calculator, figure out how many games we got, what he's on pace for. Coach Chris will have a word with him. They should put 20 minutes up on the clock for the third period. Chase is ready to go. They hadn't even separated from the cheer. And he's going to line up for the draw with Mateo and Austin up front. Braxton and Dane on D. Looks like Dane's going to try to come off the ice, but he's going to remain out there. So So 20 minutes on the clock. They drop the puck. They try to split the middle. Braxton puts it up to Mateo. And he gets it up to Bomford. Bomford will just put this up the right side to Austin. And he stops on the wall. He's got 3 black jerseys on him. That means a couple Vees are open. And it gets back to Braxton. He walks the line. Tries to put it into Chase. Chase has got it. Takes a shot. Goalie makes a stop, and he'll cover it up with Mateo right on the doorstep. Lineup for the draw just to the Revelstoke goalie's left. So Chase Bomford, Mateo, Austin will stay out there. Dane and Braxton. Chase is working for it at center, but Revelstoke will break out of the zone. They'll try and go right up the middle. That's poked off his stick, and they'll enter the zone offside. It was a good job by Mateo to stay on his man. And a big line change. Paget will assume center. Palzer and Cozier will be out there with him. James Smith and Eastern Morgan Kerr on D. 19.5 left in the game. Junior Vees are still up 9-3. They feed it over to Eastern Morgan Kerr. He'll feed it up to Paget, and he'll just try and get up the right side to a Palzer. Palzer's looking backhand back to the forward center to Will, but just out of his reach. And Revelstoke will break up the boards. They'll exit the zone. Morgan Kerr will keep him to the outside. He swats this off into the corner, lifts a stick, and he's got it now. And he'll put it up the wall to Paget. Paget just tries to get around his man. And Daniel stepped up there. He tried to take off to the races. They put it back in the Junior V zone. James Smith will take a look. Will Paget will lift a stick and get that out of the zone. They'll re-enter. They get it out of the zone. Daniel's got it. It's at center. They'll just try and put it back in the Junior V zone. Smith over to Morgan Kerr. And they'll enter offside once again with 18.5 left in the third period. So that'll bring on Sam Kenyon, Asher DeVries, Carter Trebek, Braxton, and Zach. Junior Vees do have a 6-goal lead, up 9-3. That goes. Try to get over to DeVries, just ahead of him, but he'll wheel up the left side. Got some speed. He'll cut in, and he tried a nice pass over to Trebek, but just out of his reach. Goes back to Obios, and he's on the wall, trying to keep that in, but they get it by him, and now they'll break out, and they get by Braxton, and he tries to backhand. That just goes wide. Braxton's working in behind the net. Zach Obioson's in there for support. He'll put it up the left side boards. They hold the line, and they'll put it back down in low. Kenyon's just going to get a stick and put that in the wall. DeVries will pressure him at the point. They just get it in low. Obioson's there. They tried to get it out of the zone, but they hold the line. Now Trebek's got it, and he's going to turn up ice with this. He's going to try to go around his man, cut towards the net. And he puts back to DeVries, and he tried to backhand. Goalie made a great stop. Trebek's in behind the net. It's in the corner now. And they feed it back to the point. Braxton was on his backhand. And they do get it out of the zone. Up the right side boards. Good stick by Obiosson to clear that off. There's a man right in the slot. Bryce is just going to cover that up, though. 17 left in the game. So let's bring on Chase, Austin, and Mateo. James and Easton. Austin gets us off the draw, and he's just going to try and split the middle, but can't get there. And James Smith's going to feed up the wall to Mateo just out of his reach. Austin Morris has got his head down. He's looking for it. And Mateo's got that. He takes a shot. Morris is in behind the net. Tries to center it. He's in behind the net again. And they get it just by him up the half wall. They do get it out of the zone. That's in Easton Morgan Kerr's skates. He's got to turn around. He's backhand this up to the right side boards to Morris. And he's just going to turn and fire this down the ice. Goalie will touch that, so no icing on the play. Mateo's on the half wall. They just chip it by him. Bomford's there, but Revelstoke, good job by them, and they get it out of the zone. They'll feed it up the middle. Austin Morris is going to fly back and break that play up. And now he's going to turn up ice. He's got Mateo with him. He's going to gain the line, and he's just going to cut up the middle. He's going to dive for it, just out of his reach. And Revelstoke tries to get it out. Good job by Dane to hold the line. Mateo's got it on the half wall. He tried to backhand towards center, but that's broken up by the Revelstoke player, and they just put it out of the zone. And Zach Obiasen's going to race after this one. He's going to get there first. Good job by him. He's going to skate it behind his own net. And gets by his man. He's pushed into the boards. And they get around their man and stop. And Bryce has got that. Makes the stop. He'll cover it up with 15 and a half left in the game. So I think Zach's down on the ice right now in the corner. He was pushed into the boards in that corner. Chris is checking on him. We'll just hope he's all right. And he's getting up. So I see Will Padgett out there. He's going to center Daniel and Jake. Face-off will be just to Bryce's left with 15 and a half left in the game. And it looks like James and Braxton are going to step on D. It is still 9-3. Junior Vees are up. Will gets that draw back to Smith. He puts it off the wall. They try a shot. That's blocked by James Smith. Puts it off on the side wall. That'll go in behind the net. Braxton got this in behind his own net. Revelstoke blocks that with their skates. They try and feed it into center, but good job by James Smith to knock that away. They try and center it again. That's blocked. And now number 4 for Revelstoke's in behind the net. He's trying to make all kinds of moves. And Bryce is just going to cover this up. And Will's just going to make sure that they don't jab at it. So this will bring on Kenyon, DeVries, and Trebek. James Smith will stay out there. Easton Morgan Kerr stepping on right D. And this exits the zone, gets by everybody. DeVries is going to chase after it. Revelstoke gets there first. They try and backhand it up the wall. They gain the line. They try and get by James Smith, but he has a good job there. Break that play up. It's on the corner. He's in behind the Junior Vees net. That goes straight out to Carter Trebek, and he's got DeVries with him. Trebek's going to look up ice. His man falls. He's going to go through him. Just kicks it up to himself, but just gets out of his reach, and the goalie will cover that up and take no chances with 14 and a half left in the game. Junior Vees are up 9-3. And Trebek turns and fires this, and the goalie will glove that, hold on to it, and they'll drop the puck again just to the goalie's right. And DeVries takes a shot off the draw. Goalie stops that. Revelstoke's got it in behind their no net. DeVries steals that. He tries to center it. Can't get there. And Revelstoke clears that. And Smith's got it at center. He tried to pass over to Morgan Kerr. And Revelstoke almost stole that and went off to the races. But good job by Easton Morgan Kerr to corral that. He's going to head up ice. He's looking for DeVries. DeVries is going to try and get by his man. and takes a shot and just misses wide. He had Carter Trebek on the right side, been behind him. Vees is down. Now Kenya's got it. He's going to try and backhand. That just goes wide. Trebek's in behind the net. Tries to center that. That goes by everybody. Smith's going to get this. Try to pass over to Morgan Kerr, just out of his reach. And then I'll go deep in the Junior V zone. Morgan Kerr's going to backhand this up the wall. Does get out of the zone. They'll have to clear. He's got it again. And nice pass over to DeVries. And that goes off a Revelstoke player. He'll gain the line himself. His defenseman falls. He tried to get that into Trebek, but that goes off his skate. Bomford's on the wall. He tried to center that. That goes by everybody. Now it's on the other side. And Revelstoke will just try and get this out. And good job by Dane to hold the line, putting his body on the line too. He's run into. There's no call on the play. Chase Bomford will just get this in low. Mateo's going to go give chase. And they feed it off the wall, try and get it by him. Bomford's there. And they feed it over to the other side. And they got a guy in behind everybody, but they can't get it there. They'll get it deep in the zone. And Zach Obiasen's back on the ice, so that's good to see. He's back in behind his own net. And he's just going to skate them himself. And goes by his man. Going to see if he can get by the other man. It does. And he's tripped up. And there's going to be a tripping call on the play. Great job by Zach Obiasen to head up ice, and he'll draw a 2-minute penalty with 12.5 left in the game. So Chase Bomford is going to take center here. Mateo on the left wing. And Austin on right wing. And Austin turns and fires. That goes well wide. Revelstoke's got it. But he misses it. Austin's got it. Tries to take a shot. That's stopped by the goalie. Their number 20 has it. He puts it up the wall. Austin pinches. And now Revelstoke's got it. Good back check by the Vees. You got 3 Vees back there, so good job by them to come back and support. Morris has got it in behind his own net. He's going to look up ice. He's going to pass it up to Mateo. Gets in his skates. Goes up to Chase Bomford. And he tried to get it over to Morris, but that goes in Revelstoke's skates and just gets in their zone. It's on the wall. Chase has got it. And he's going to try and walk in. Puts that in behind the net. Revelstoke's got it, and they'll try and clear the zone and do. James Smith is going to go back after this. He's in his own zone. And tried a nice pass up to Mateo, but just out of his reach. He did tip it, so that'll negate icing. It's on the wall. We'll get some Revelstoke parents standing, so I couldn't really see it. Braxton's got it. He turns around. Nice pass up to Daniel. They have to clear the zone, and they're going to call offside. I thought he did a good job to clear the zone, but ref was right there, and he calls offside. So 44 seconds left in the Junior V's power play. Will Padgett's going to line up for the draw with Daniel and Jake on the wings. And Easton and Braxton on D. Padgett gets it over to Daniel. He's going to just get it in the zone, but Revelstoke's got that, and they'll try and clear it down the ice. Good job by Braxton to feed it up the wall to Will. He turns around. Good pass to Daniel. Daniel walks in. He's going to try and get around his man. Goes in the corner. He'll try and center it. This goes back to the point. Braxton walks up, takes a shot. Good save by the goalie. Jake's looking for the open biscuit, but the goalie does a good job to cover that one up with just over 10 to play. 18 seconds left in the Junior V's power play. They are still up 9-3. Padgett's going to line up for the draw with Jake and Daniel. They're going to load up the right side and try and get it over to him. Now they get it back to the point, and that just gets over to Braxton's stick, and Revelstoke's got it. They can't get through the D. Good job by Morgan Kerr to come back and support. Now Will turns around, but he loses it. Braxton's got it. Just going to put it up ice. Revelstoke will put it just deep in the Junior V zone. Morgan Kerr's going to go back for this, and that's intercepted, and that goes off a skate in behind the net. Didn't get through. Morgan Kerr's got it. And he's going to try and wheel out of his own zone. Palzer's got it. He's in there for support. That hits a Revelstoke player and it'll go back in the junior Vees zone. Morgan Kerr takes his time. He tries to feed it up to Paget, but that's intercepted. And Revelstoke's got it. They're going to try and get in, but great job by the junior Vees defense to break that play up. Now Revelstoke's got it. He tries to walk in on the slot. That's stolen by Jacob Palzer. And tried a nice pass up to Daniel just out of his reach. They touch it inside the line, and they'll call offside. Just halfway through the third period. Junior Vees are still up 9-3. So let's bring on Kenyon, DeVries, and Trebek. Obi Austin and Smith. And Revelstoke gets us off the draw. They walk in. Great job by Obi Austin to break that play up. He tried to backhand that, hit his skate. Revelstoke's got it. They turn and fire. That's blocked by James Smith. DeVries has got this. He tried to pass up to Sam Kenyon. See if Carter Trebek can steal this one. Kenyon's got it. He falls. He's going to go after it. He falls again. He's on the half wall. Trebek's there for support. Gets by him. Obi Austin was there, but Revelstoke gets it. They gain the line. There's three of them there. Great job by James Smith to break that play up. And DeVries is just going to go right up the gut and puts that in the back of the net. They'll regain a 7-goal lead with just under 9 minutes left in the third period. So I believe that's 4 for DeVries on the day. So Chase Bomford will line up the draw. He'll have Austin Mateo up there. Gets over to Mateo, but Revelstoke puts a stick in the way, and now Zach Obi Austin's going to gain the line. That gets knocked up a stick. Mateo takes a shot. That hits Zach. And they'll just backhand it out, but Chase Bomford will intercept that. He takes a shot. Goalie's got that, and he'll hold on to it. 8:40 left to play in the game. Onelstep, Easton, and Dane on D. They'll stay with this line up front. Chase is going to assume center. Mateo on the right side. Austin on the left side. Good stick by Mateo there. Gets in behind the net. Austin's going to put it on the wall back to Dane. He's going to feed it back to Easton Morgan. Curry's going to wind up and take a slapper. Austin's got this. He takes a shot. Mateo's going to turn around, try and center this. This goes through everybody. Revelstoke's got it. Chase Bomford intercepts that. Mateo's wide open. He's knocked over. Chase Bomford turns and fires that. But that's blocked. And Chase is just going to get this in low. Morris is going to go in behind the net and dig for this. He's got Mateo up front. And he tried a shot. Goalie stopped that. Just going to put this in the corner. Revelstoke's got that. Just gets out of the reach of Mateo. Chase Bomford's try and step up. They get it up, and they got a 2-on-1 here. Morgan Kerr's back. Great job by him. And they try a wraparound. Bryce is there. Seven and a half left in the game. So the Junior Vees are up 10-3. We will play this team again tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. We'll go live for that. And Will Paget's going to line up for the draw. And he tried to steal that one. And they take a shot. Good job by Bryce to steer that off to the side. Braxton's going to take his man off into the corner. They get it back to the point. They take a shot. That goes wide. Now Zach Obi Austin's going to go on the half wall. He's on his backhand. He tries to get that out. Can't get there, but he pinches forward, steals that one. He's going to try and go himself. He's Tries to center it. It's in behind the net. Will Paget was in front looking for it, but Revelstoke's got it. They fan on it. Paget steals it. He falls. Try to pass into Obi Austin. And Paget's got it on the corner. He tried to center that. That's broken up by Revelstoke. They're in behind their own net. They get by Jake. And now they'll exit the zone, gain center. And that's knocked off the stick by James Smith. Jake puts it up the wall. That just gets out of the reach of Will. And great pad save by Bryce. Zach's got it. And Will's just going to backhand this out of the zone, relieve some pressure, but they'll put it back down in low. Braxton's got it. He's going to skate it behind his own net. He's taking a look. Feeds it up the wall. Jake's got it. He kicks it up to himself. That's stolen by number 8 on Revelstoke. They try and center it. They clear it. And good job by Will Paget to come back. He's on the open puck and puts that off the boards. They try and clear the zone but can't. Now Will's got it. See if he can get by his man here. He's going to go to the outside. He's tripped up. Zach Obi Austin's deep in behind the net. Revelstoke's got it. And Daniel's going to step up, take a wrist shot. That's deflected, just goes wide. It's in the corner. Revelstoke picks it up on the left side boards. Will introduces himself, and I believe he's going to get a penalty for that. So Revelstoke's in the Junior Vees zone now. Daniel will touch it. So it almost looks like Daniel's back on D. Zach Obi Austin moved up to a forward position. 5 minutes left in the game. Will Paget's going to sit in the box for a couple minutes. We do have a 7-goal lead, up 10-3. DeVries is going to take the draw. He'll have Trebek out there with him. And it's just going to get by everybody and get out of the zone. But look at Trebek fly. He tried to get by the number 20 there, but just couldn't get there. Trebek still digging on the wall for it. And Asher tried to get that ahead to Trebek. Now Morgan Kerr is going to go in behind his own net. He's got some time. He's going to skate out, and he's just going to fire this up the wall. And great job by Carter Trebek to get this down ice. Minute and a half left in Paget's penalty. Revelstoke's deep in their own zone. They'll try the right side boards. And their number 4 has it. He's going to try and get it by Asher and does. Smith's back there. He tries. DeVries is going to try to get it out of the zone. Smith's going to step up. He's trying to get it out of the zone, but number 20 holds the line. He takes a shot. That's in behind the net. Dane's got it. And nice pass up the wall to Trebek. DeVries is going to race after this one. And he's got it. And he's going to take a shot. And the goalie will glove that. And cover it up. 50 seconds left in Will Paget's penalty. 4 minutes left in the game. Junior Vees are up 10-3. Looks like Kenyon and Morris will kill this penalty off with 50 seconds left. Eastmore and Kerr and James Smith on the blue line. And Morris gets himself the draw, and he just gets a weak shot off, doesn't hit the net. They're going to try up the left side boards. Morgan Kerr is going to try and hold the line, but that gets by him. Morris there in support. Good job by him. He's knocked over. And they come in the left side. And good stick there by James Smith to break that play up, and that doesn't hit the net. They turn and fire. That's blocked. Morris is just going to try and get this out of the zone, but can't. And they try and feed it in low. Morris fans on it. But it's back at the point now, the left side point. They get it down in low. Morgan Kerr's on his man there. There's 3 V's there, and they'll try and get it out of the zone, but can't. And they'll just put it back down in low. James Smith is going to be going behind his own net, and right up to Paget. That hops over his stick. They take a shot. That's deflected off. James Smith's going to fire this up the boards to Paget. Paget gets that out of the zone. And Will Paget's hard on the stick there. They try and re-enter, but he'll break that play up. And they just get it down in low. James Smith is in the corner. And gets this off. Will's going to race up the ice. He's got his head down. And takes a shot, and the goalie makes a stop. We'll cover it up. Should have a face-off deep in the Revelstoke zone, just to the goalie's right. 2 minutes, 28 seconds left in the game. Junior Vees are up 10-3. Chase Bomford, Mateo, and Zach up front. Daniel and Braxton on D. This will go back to the line. And Daniel's going to feed it over to the other side to Braxton. That just gets over his stick, but he's going to get it on the half wall to Zach. And he tried to backhand and Chase. Jake takes a shot. That's just deflected by Mateo. Just goes wide. Now Revelstoke's got it. They're going to try and break up. Chase Bomford breaks that play up, and Mateo just put it down in low. Try the left side boards. Good job by Braxton to hold the line, but they do get it out. Daniel's going to get on his horse and go back in his own zone. And he'll feed it up the wall to Mateo. Revelstoke gets that. They turn. And great job by Daniel Cozier to break that play up. And Chase Bomford is going to slap this up the wall. They try and slap that in, maybe looking for a slap pass. Now it's in the half wall. Revelstoke's got it. Zach Obiason's on his man. They get it back to the point. And Chase Bomford tries to get this out of the zone, but can't. Revelstoke's holding pressure. Minute 18 left. They take a shot. That's stopped by Braxton. He'll clear this off to the side. Zach Obiason will get this out of the zone with just over a minute left to play. He's up the right side boards. He gains the line. He's good. And he's going to walk in, take a shot. That just goes wide. Mateo has a good stick there. He's just going to get this in the corner, but Revelstoke steals it, and they'll just ice the puck with under a minute left to play. So 50 seconds left in the game. I have a face-off deep in the Revelstoke zone. Should just be to the goalie's right. See, looks like Paget, Trebek, and Opalzer will be up front. James Smith and Eastern Morgan Kerr will be on D. And Revelstoke won the draw. He just tried to put it ahead to himself. Now it's on the side wall. Carter Trebek's going to go in the corner and dig for this. Number 20 for Revelstoke has it. Paget's in his office. He tried to steal that one, but Revelstoke will break out. They got a 2-on-2 here. They gain the line. Smith has a good stick there. He gets it out from the corner. Number 4 steals that from him. He'll try a wrap. He'll try and get it back to the point. Carter Trebek's going to race after this one. 18 seconds left in the game. Tries to go backhand. Now he's going to try a wrap around. Goalie makes a stop. They're still digging for it. He's cross-checked in the back. No arm in the air. 8 seconds left in the game. And everyone just needs to keep their cool at this point with a commanding lead for your Junior Vees. Will gets this to himself, takes a shot, and they're waving it off. Carter Trebek put the loose puck in the back of the net, but they're waving it off. So 4 seconds left in the game, and they'll do this again. Revelstoke gets it. Paget tries to get it over to Trebek. 1 second left, and they'll sound the horn for the end of the game. Your Junior Vees will win this one 10-3. Great job by them. They'll go back and celebrate with Bryce. And we'll do it all over again. 9:15 tomorrow. We'll go live for Memorial Arena here in Penticton. Great game by your junior Vees. And in typical fashion, the white bucket has to race to center. So they'll shake hands. We'll sign off here for Saturday afternoon. Thanks to you that tuned in. Thanks to everybody that is going to tune in. Hopefully the sound on the mic was good. I'll review it later. Don't you worry about that. And we'll catch you all tomorrow morning. Everyone have a great day.